So Bungie basically said today in their recent twab that they are going to talk about what happened with Lightfall, and apparently Lightfall's story was not supposed to end with the campaign. Lightfall's story will continue drastically into Season 20, Season of the Deep, Season 22, and 23. Lightfall is apparently going to be a year-long story and not a expansion. This is, of course, some good news, as many Guardians and the last 3 big videos here on my channel have grown exponentially talking about Lightfall's feedback. It's some good news to finally know, at least, that Bungie is listening, and it really is something to look at, as while Lightfall is rooted to be one of the worst expansions, hopefully with the seasonal story later this year, we'll finally have a more, let's just say, cohesive story. After that, Bungie's talked about some things with Strand, talking about how all the fragments will be available today and not going to be something where you have to wait after the raid. It's some good news, and if you didn't know, if you get all the Strand fragments, the Final Warning Strand Exotic Sidearm will go live. Unfortunately, there's some bad things with this, as Bungie went dark. I literally saw this twab and this new information that the exotic will be available today before I went to work. And then when I got back from work, no one has gotten the exotic. I don't know if it will load in a second from now, the fragments. I don't know if it's going to load in 10 minutes from now. And I don't know if it's going to load in 10 years from now. This is getting a lot of backlash, as I literally just went on Twitter, and now there's a trending tweet about people really saying that Bungie is having a lot of trust issues with the community after the release of Lightfall. For this to happen, yes, maybe it's some sort of delay that they did and they didn't tell us and it's going to happen today, don't worry. Or they just are not saying anything and they're waiting till the next weekly reset, or I don't even really know at this point. And even though it's nothing too crazy to be aware about and I might be creating a little bit of drama here, it's still a little bit of a problem. I don't know why they wouldn't release the Strand fragments when the TWAB came out. And now with about 4 or 5 hours since they really released a TWAB, it's getting a bit of annoying knowing that these little things keep occurring with Lightfall, and why this is just, hurting the trust between the community and Bungie. And when you have something like that, it's really, it's bad. It's a toxic community at some levels, and at the same time, it's not really the best community to have. It's not the best state of the game to really have. And it really does suck overall. I want to know what's going on. And apparently people have said that the TWABs take actually like a week to make. Actually, apparently. And with that, people are saying, well, Bungie was planning to make this before Lightfall release. So was Bungie planning prior to Lightfall's release that it wasn't going to be a cohesive story? There has been a lot of questions, and it's getting pretty crazy, and I don't know what Bungie is doing. I hope Bungie can really answer us with some questions and stop having this backlash issues. I'm glad that things with the narrative story are getting a little bit better, but now we're towards at that point where it might be just Bungie overall's, communication that is really hurting the game. With Bungie having an even bigger studio now, with how much people have really grown now that Lightfall has surpassed over 300,000 players on Steam charts on one day, having millions of Guardians playing in one day, it's hurting. And to have, oh, here's a promise, we'll have the exotic out later, and then they don't go away with it, it's going to create more backlash. Right now, streamers are going live, streaming the new exotic, already 2-3 hours in, and nothing has been released. No information from Bungie, nothing. Nada. No Bungie help tweets. It might be one when I release this video, because that's how bad luck is. Or they might not release anything, and this is the video you only get between any new information with the fragments. Hopefully Bungie comes out with something soon. I just feel like to point it out in this short video, because it's really just getting a little bit, out of me, and I'm just not enjoying it. But other than that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Sorry for this little video. I got really upset with how I came back from work hoping that I was going to get the new Final Warning exotic, for then not to put him in the game 4 or 5 hours after work. It's really annoying. Again, let me know your thoughts on what you have been thinking recently on what Bungie has been doing and how Bungie has been, communicating with the community. But on that, I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, guys.